Hi everyone, it's Athena. Welcome back. Okay, Aries. Yes, let's do this. August reading. The thread. The thread that will bind the month of August 2020 for all is moving on. Moving on in whatever way, shape, or form that means. Moving on. That is the theme for the common denominator. The thread that binds us all together is moving on with the love in your heart. Right? Not that it's going anywhere, but trying to keep love in your heart through the process. Right? Okay. Aries. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Aries for August 2020. Okay, Aries, it looks like you have a choice to make. Or are you juggling? Or are the waters a little rocky right now in your world? Are you emotionally feeling, instability emotionally because you are not really sure about something that you have to decide upon that is going to bring justice to a situation, right? To your life. So you feel there's an injustice and you have to make a move. You're in turbulent waters here. Is your money okay? Is it a financial issue that you have to deal with? A justice issue of balancing out a job that you're receiving money about? Or are you in between jobs that you're seeking? Are you in a job that is legal of any sort? You could be dealing with a legal issue that you are trying to sort out. If it's not legal, you are finally dropping the burdens that this decision that you had to make, right? You have had to emotionally balance out these are both balancing out your emotions, your money, your literally everything. Everything is about, for you guys, Aries, looks like it's a balancing act. Whatever it means. We're going to get more into what it means, but you are definitely dropping the things that do not serve you anymore. You're moving on. Exactly what this reading is all about. The month of August for all is about moving on. So let's just go one card at a time here. This came out because you have been enlightened to the fact that justice prevails, right? You are going to get justice because you've learned, you've gained wisdom to a situation that you were harboring for a long time, right? And all you wanted was justice in a situation, right? So there's some action here, which we're going to find out, that you had to take when going within and figuring it out. You had, it could be truth telling. It could be someone's not telling you the truth. Okay. So we're not grieving. We're not upset. This is emotional imbalance, you see? From a loss. We're getting out of it. We're getting out of a situation that caused you definitely emotional imbalance. You have gone within to figure out what it is that you had to drop in order to move on. This is probably what the decision was. The decision is, hey, I'm moving on and I'm going toward my happy place. I know what makes me happy. Here's the star. In this Hermit deck, the Hermit card has a star lit inside that lantern. That's a star. What is that? The star of hope. You have been given a renewed sense of hope in a situation. Yes. Financial abundance, independence. You have been given your independence back. You have also profited by perhaps a legal situation that you were not sure how the money was going to be divvied up in a situation, but you have prevailed. It could be anything that involves like drainage of money. Actually, I think the drainage was emotional, and because justice was served, you ended up financially gaining from it. Yes. And not yet being able to say, I'm free. There's still a tinge of, I'm not completely free yet to do what I want. You're independent, yet you still have, okay. Let me also say a father figure could be on the other side, or a grandfather who is guiding you toward a new beginning. You're just in the middle of a new beginning, right? You're just trying to rebalance your emotions so that you can take on a new, you can take on a new, a new start, right? It's just not time yet. It's just not time yet. Because you've just dropped a lot of like emotional burdens. You've dropped a lot of emotional burdens this is a family dynamic. This is a family situation that was, you want a new start. You want things, you want justice. It's not, I don't see divorce here. This is not that. I think justice is, listen, I want to be independent. I'm happy, I'm independent, and I want to be in a situation where it brings me emotional happiness and stability, right? And I'm dropping all of the burdens that, people don't want to see the same dynamic as I do because they're toxic. So I'm dropping all the toxic people, places, and things that did not serve me any good. This could be old belief systems. This could be someone has addiction, spending, sex, drugs, rock and roll. This is my card. Also fearful. So someone could be fearful, right? Is the decision to become single? Is someone planning, staging? And I'm not saying in a bad way, just, not in a sneaky way. I don't see this, that's not sneaky. I think someone wants, like, listen, I've been doing a lot for you, right? I juggle the everyday, right, stuff, and it has caused me, right? I see it now. I see how some of the things that I have had to juggle were not fair because I've taken the complete burden, right, of the situation that you were juggling. So you said, I'm no longer juggling because it's not making me happy. I'm doing most of the work here. Where are you in this situation? And if I am in a situation of a partnership and or marriage, I'm feeling more independent than I am. I'm happy, but I'm doing all the work. And I don't want to keep juggling, the daily stuff, making the money, taking care of the kids, doing this, doing that, where are you in this dynamic? And so someone is saying the scales are not balanced. So we need to really, Emotionally, I need your help. You need to speak up. If this is your situation, the way that you're going to get that fool to turn itself around, right itself, and start anew is by being completely honest with whomever you're dealing with. It is in a family situation. You're dropping the load of the world. You're dropping everything and everyone who is not coming to the plate 150% in your life right now. And that's the balance. Who's putting out more effort? If it's you, then you want it to be righted. And why shouldn't you? You want balance. You want it to be balanced. We're in this marriage, we're in this partnership. I feel like I'm all alone doing it all. I'm making the money, I'm taking care of the kids, I'm doing the grocery shopping, I'm doing this, and that. And it's not fair. It's not fair. And how are you contributing? Now, the next card is going to be really important. Exactly, right? Look at this. The yin and the yang. You're being so guided spiritually to stand up for yourself and to drop the people that are not on this journey with you. There are people in your life, family, friends, etc., that you have said, see, there are some people that are no good. And here, as they're trying to rectify and get better. They are. You may want to give them a chance. You want a chance at a new beginning in a situation, right, that has been causing you a lot of burden. You may have been internalizing, and that could be the intention of the Two of Pentacles. You might have been internalizing this, I want justice in this situation, right, and not speaking of it, right, internalizing it, the Hermit. You might have been going within and not telling people how you really feel about a situation in a family dynamic where it's like not fair. This isn't fair. I'm doing all the work. And it has to get balanced on every level. We have 1, 2, 3 cards. We have 3 cards balancing. You're doing it all, Aries. Where is your person? If you're not in a situation, this is probably why. Or if this is you, you're walking away from these people that have hurt you. And they could be family members. This is moving on because this is not a balanced relationship, marriage, whatever dynamic this is. You're doing all the work, and where is the other person, or you want out because you're doing all the work and you're internalizing it. You may not even be telling anyone that you want out, but you are. The good news is, Aries, you're standing up for yourself. You're not bringing in these people again. See, you dropped them here. You dropped them, so you're not bringing them back. You stood up for yourself, and that's why you walked away. Let's keep going on the story. Yeah, you've lost sleep about people, places, and things that are not on your journey. They're not on path. You're doing everything. You're making the money. You're bringing home, the bacon, right? And it's not balanced. You're doing it all. And you were on the verge of wearing yourself down. And Spirit is trying to tell you, and or a father figure, this internalizing and this Hermit means many things. It just one card does not mean one just meaning. It means many things here. It means that you're internalizing your pain. You're trying to juggle your life and not telling people. There's no swords here, none. So you're not telling anybody. You're not sharing your pain, because the only swords that appear is your worry and your sleepless nights because you're not getting the help that you need. Not talking psychological. There's nothing here on the board that says that. You're not getting physical help. You're tired, you're exhausted, you're taking care of this and that one. And who's taking care of you? So with the Chariot here and the Hermit, you're being guided also. Another part of this reading is that you are being guided by Spirit. Spirit's telling you, you're in the chariot, you're getting in this chariot, you're moving here on from those people that caused you sleepless nights and pain. You're moving. You may be physically moving or getting in your car or going somewhere if you can. But this I feel is truly, I feel it's spiritual. You're on path right now because you've taken this, you've made the decision to change your life completely because you're your own boss, always, Aries. And you take on everyone's stuff. And then you get depleted. You're depleted here, emotionally and physically. You're not sleeping, you're worrying, and you're trying to keep these toxic people at a distance because they're no good for you and you know it. So you've had to come to terms with, you've had to come to a very truthful realization of who's on your spiritual journey and path with you. Who's going with you? Who's on this chariot with you? Or are you just alone, which is fine. This could be just your path. Maybe that's the decision you made, is to get more spiritually aware of what really is going on in your life. People take advantage of the fact that you do it all. You're the go-getter. Are you not? You kidding me? Aries, you guys are the go-getters. You are, let's do this, bam, let's do that, bam. And then you get to this point where people just completely drain you. And you already know it. Another reason why he's here. You already know it. But the good news is that, let's look at the bright side of life, which is I'm independent. I don't rely on anyone for anything. I do want a new start, but I will be able to get this new start when I get on that chariot. When I get on that chariot, I'm out. I am going to a higher plane, a higher understanding of what it is in my life that needs an overhaul. And it's true. This is part of the whole dynamic of August, is Saturn is now back in its hometown of Capricorn, I should say, sorry, is back in its hometown of Saturn. Capricorn is in Saturn, their ruling planet. So this means that all of these three toxics, the devil reverse, the the Five of Cups reversed. Is it 5 or 4? 5. And the 10, right? 10 of Wands is reversed. So that is all being eclipsed completely, because your lesson, because this is about lessons. Capricorn, Saturn, all about lessons. The lesson that you're learning is that the people that you are going to bring into your life must add value here and must be on the chariot with you. They must be spiritually on the same path, or else you're out. And this goes for not only what decision you've made to clear those people out, as it is your intention of moving forward in life in general. Again, another interpretation of the same two cards is that whatever and whomever is not on the same page as you, you're out. Spiritually, emotionally, financially. They have to be all on board. Because we're done with this. And whatever you've had to say goodbye to, you know, you left the castle. You left the illusions. You left the life that you thought you wanted. You're leaving the life that you thought you wanted. You're leaving the life that you thought was going to give you this happy place, because it wasn't. So in order for you to get a brand spanking new start, you're going to probably, which I'm going to clarify, in order to get that Fool to turn right side up, you're going to give yourself time to get more. You have to get more emotionally balanced. Be it strategizing, be it planning, putting a plan in place. You're all about planning. Look at this. I didn't even do anything. Same card. You are leaving your ego at the door. Ah, exactly. You're doing spiritual work. Exactly. You have advanced your learning. You are facing your shadow. You are facing your demons. You're looking at yourself. So it could be all about you here. It came up twice. Yeah. Now we have the mental stuff, right? You've been in, so that's all your ego, all right? The swords, because you don't have any swords here, it's because you were all up in your head, and that you were like, I can't move on, I can't do this, I can't do that, right? Instead, you finally said, oh, wait a second, I will do this, I will do that, and I know I'm gonna cut out everything, including myself and what my beliefs are and my truths are. I need to speak my truth. I need to communicate to myself what it is that I need to make me happy. Because if you don't, no one else is going to do it for you. So you're doing shadow work. Look at that. Wow. Big time shadow work for Aries. Realizing that your happiness is with you first. No one's going to bring that. That's why you're here. And knowing that if you have to do it all, there's the balance. Balancing out your life is not doing everything for everyone else, making the plans, doing the work, going to the grocery store, feeding the kids, taking care of the dogs, going here, going there. You're doing it all. And I'm not saying you don't like being alone, or if you are alone right now, because you're on path, you're on spiritual path. You're being guided. And whatever hasn't been fair in your life, you're like extracting. All right, let's get a progressive. Where does this lead my Aries to? Well, awareness. Okay, good. Awareness is the beginning. It's the start. It's the knowledge you need to take that first step into what you're doing here. You're getting on that chariot and you're becoming aware of the way that you think, you feel, and you act. You're making decisions for yourself to become the person that you want to be. Are you deciding to change a job? Are you deciding to move? Are you deciding whatever it is? Pick a window. Where do you see yourself? One of the windows is, are you wanting to make more money? One window is, do you want to get engaged? Do you want that commitment? Another window is, do I need more healing? And do I need to speak up and what I want? Choices, decisions. That's why this card says you have to make a decision. Hence, you got the same card in the beginning of your reading. You're deciding now to take action in your life and become more aware of how you do things for others and how it depletes you. And that's the decision that you've made. The decision to say, I need to balance what I do for others and how, right? What's the saying that goes, there's a saying that you, not to, similar to don't expect receiving the same love that you give out, because not everyone's on the same page, right? Because they're not. And you're learning that now. So what makes your heart soar? What makes your heart, what is it? Is it a job? Is it a person? Is it a family member? Is it your heart being activated insofar as your enlightenment? When the heart is activated, we are open to receiving. We are being creative. We are opening to love, loud love, huge love, right? Because the heart is God. The heart of the matter is your truth. The heart of your matter is your awareness. And you have 1, 2, 1. So guess what? In relationships, whatever new beginning, whatever you are becoming aware of, now you know exactly what makes your heart beat faster. Not infatuation, but true love, true heart. The truth of the situation is what you want in your life. I'm going to put these here because those got kind of crazy. They did. You have 2 aces. You're so ready. You're so ready to make decisions, make moves, because that's what you guys do. You make moves. And your identity here is being completely revamped in a good way. You decided that you have to take your own life into your own hands because your identity is all that you have. You are facing your shadow self. You're facing the people, places, and things that you have to drop in order to get on this chariot and go on your spiritual journey. You've been guided. And is it love that you're choosing? And when I said the marriage card in love, I saw it. Is it a love? Is it the love you're with? That you want to balance this out. Like I said, it is a family dynamic here. If you are married, You may want to say, okay, let's get this balanced. Let's reassess what really matters in our lives. This is the progression. This is not clarification. This is what your intentions are to the universe, is to reinstate some passion and make the decision to try harder as your significant other is, or your whatever, whoever you're with. I'm now aware of, someone is saying, I'm now aware of what you do, how much you do for me. Let's have this reciprocated with the hopes that it will. How could you not? The universe is always working for us. 6, 2, and 2 aces is 10. And then we have an 8. So, whatever wasn't working is now working and on point. People are watching you guys, Aries. People are watching how you are changing. People are watching your disposition becoming more enlightened, more happy, right? Because you're getting to know you again. It's all, I mean, you guys are the first sign of the zodiac, Aries. Well, you know what I mean. Yeah, you are. You're the ones, you're the movers and shakers. You have people watching how you identify within your own life. How do you stand out amongst the crowd? What is it that you show the world that others should take heed to? I mean, you guys are all about, making sure that your identity is protected, and making sure that whoever identifies with you, whoever stands with you, has to be there 100%, body, mind, and soul. They are on this chariot with you. You're on this together. You're finding a renewed passion that maybe was faltering for a minute, because it's hard to not be tired after you're doing it all and emotionally exhausted. Sorry. Something in your dynamic had to change because it was just not working. So you took yourself out of the equation. Universe, spirit said, this is what Aries needs right now. And you made that decision. You distinctively made this decision. Maybe you realized that this decision was going to cost you your happiness. And it is. You're reigniting a passion within your life and love of life and self. You're finding that when you speak up about what it is that you want, when you speak up and you don't allow others to trample all over you, instead of taking the negative part of it and losing sleep over it and worrying and wanting to walk away, you end up working on it, because spiritually, that's what you're being guided to do. You have hope. You have great spirit. You have extreme spirit. And all of this is part of your intention was, well, what is wrong in this picture? Why can't we move forward? And why do I feel like I'm doing all the work? So this is what was happening. I feel like I'm doing all the work. I'm making the money, like I said. I'm doing everything. So I had to revamp my identity in order to save what I truly hold near and dear to my heart. It's a beautiful reading. You're standing now in your power, but not in misusing it. The power of love is great because you're understanding that the choice that you had to make was one to go back to the drawing board and change whatever was not working. When you're not receiving help, it's like, are you kidding me? I need help here, right? And if you can't help me, I'm dropping the burdens, I'm changing the whole dynamic of the situation, and now I have stability again. And I'm happy because someone realized that you needed that help and realized what it was all about. Love is all around you. You have love from every angle. You have love here. You have love here. And you have love here. Do you see? So walking away from, what did you walk away from? You walked away from worrying about it, not sleeping about it. How's it going to change? You changed it up. Instead, you said, wait a second. I'm going to change the whole way of how I'm acting and loving in a situation by becoming more aware of what it is that I want. And how do you get that? Through more love. There is love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as truth. So you realize you came to the understanding. See that? Look at her. She's come to the understanding that she's part of the whole. She understands that she's part of the whole world. The love that she gives to her family, to her spouse, to her lover, to her whatever, is the only thing that is the only thing that's going to allow this to grow and become. But she started with herself, him and her, right? This is masculine, feminine, divine. They both decided that this is the juggling act. Who leads the way? Who does the work? Who shows up? And how do I change it so that there's a commonality of energy, receiving and giving dynamic. So you went in order to get the justice that you so rightfully deserve in a family dynamic. You didn't choose to walk away from it and fear it and be, you said, well, wait a second, what am I needing to bring to the table here to change this up? You did it with love. And by doing so, you realize how much love there is here. And you're leading the way. You're leading the way for others to make those same decisions. That you don't have to be everything to all people, just to yourself. Have a great month. I send you love and blessings. And thank you for your continued support.